All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So let's go ahead and get that in the NLT. It says, direct your children to the right path, and when they're older, they will not leave it. So, going back. So, going back to training up a child, you know, when we come into this truth, we are as children. Because you got to learn everything all over again. Look. And that's why there's always good examples given to us by the apostles of the Great Millstone. They are giving us examples of proper conduct, of proper diligence, of how we should think, how we should move, and what we should do. You know, so we have to take heed to those things, man. And also, brothers that have been some time in the truth or have matured in the truth, older brothers, you have to be responsible for the training up of the young brothers in your camp. And that starts with setting forth the proper example. You know, having your household in order, having your affairs in order. You know, having your diligence in all the things that you do, whether that be most importantly, the truth, but also that diligence in that circumspection and that that should be reflective of your daily life also. Because you got to understand that if you have a position or a head position, you're an older brother, you gotta take heed that younger brothers is watching you, man. And whatever you do, whether that action be right or wrong, if you do something, then the younger brothers they're gonna think it's gonna be okay to do that certain thing because they're looking for guidance, they're looking for direction. You know, most of us, we didn't grow up with proper role models in the home. So these younger brothers, they looking for that, man. They looking for examples of manhood and examples of maturity in the truth and in your personal life as well. So always take heed to that, man. Always be mindful that you are being watched by the other brothers in your camp. So we got to be examples to each other. And the higher your position is, the more you're accountable for yourself. Let's get a few scriptures to get Deuteronomy. I think it's 4:9. Deuteronomy 4:9 says, "Only take heed to thyself." You see that? So you gotta be accountable to yourself, man. You gotta be mindful of what you're doing, of the things you do, and the consequences of those actions. You know, that's called being a man. That's called being a mature individual. It says, "Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the thing which thine eyes have seen." What have we seen? We've seen proper examples, starting from the apostles of the Great Millstone, and other men that were positive examples to you in this truth. They say, "Depart from thy heart or their mind all the days of life, but teach them." So what you learn from your experience, from other examples, you're supposed to pass on that experience, even your mistakes, to the younger brothers under you. It says, "But teach him thy sons and thy sons' sons, also your own seed as well." You know, because if you made certain mistakes in your life, you know, and then you don't want the younger brothers or even your own seed to make those own mistakes. You want to save them from that headache, from that trouble. You want to save them from that heartache and that headache, man. Whether it be you're dealing with jobs, you're dealing with finances, or you're dealing with women, you want to give brothers the proper wisdom to go out there and do better. Mentorship, man. And sometimes that's the role that you play in this truth. You got to play the role of a mentor to younger brothers, because the Lord has assigned us to watch over this flock. And that starts first and foremost with a proper example, man. So always keep in mind that your speech, your conduct, the things that you say, your patterns, they're all being watched for examples, and they're all, and they're looking, and whether you like it or not, brothers is always looking at your weaknesses, the chinks in your armor, especially if you're in a leader position, man. That's just the way it is, But that's why you got to keep mindful of the things that you do. Let's go ahead and get Psalms. Forgot which one. I'll find it. This is Psalm 78, start at 1. It says, "Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth." So you got to take heed to wise counsel. "I will open my mouth in parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us." So, the scripture speaks about that, man. It speaks about taking heed to the example of your fathers. And our spiritual fathers, like I said earlier, are the apostles and others of Great Millstone. And you yourself might play the role of a spiritual father or father figure to younger brothers in the camp. It says, "We will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praise of the Lord and His strength and His wonderful works that He has done. For He established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which He commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children." And that's what you got to do. That's how you got to approach this truth, man, or the watching over the flock, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, which should raise and declare them to their children. Hopefully we don't stay here in this place long enough where there's another generation of children being born, or your children shouldn't be born. But the key that I want to get is just you got to be a good example. Be mindful of the example that you're setting. Let's get Ephesians, the 6th chapter. This is Salak. Ephesians, the 6th chapter. It says, "You fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, by giving them not giving them incorrect examples, or just treating in an incorrect way." And we had camp leaders that were abusive to the flock, man. And those men the Lord got rid of those men. "Your fathers provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up with the nurture and admonition of the Lord." So that's what it is, man. Be mindful of the example that you are setting forth. And first and foremost, be a leader of yourself. That way you can have the ability to lead others. But with that being said, we always going to be an example to one another. With that being said, it's a real quick lesson here at the plantation. Most High will and hope is edifying. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.